you go, fishies. Do they need more?
That's fine. I'm gonna beat him later anyways.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, beautiful planty people. It's Skully, and welcome to Skully's Creations, where we talk about plants and occasionally do a creative project here and there. If that sounds like your thing, your jam, please subscribe. It really does help me out, and I really do just appreciate it. So, with that being said, as you can tell, we are somewhere different, and that is because we are at my boyfriend's house. Woo! I have my mechanic over here, so, and I'm getting my car fixed and whatnot. So I've been over here for a while, but it's good, obviously. I like spending time with him and my doggies, so I'm really happy about that. I'm not happy about my car, but that's a whole nother issue over there. We ain't gonna talk about it. But we are doing plenty chores at my boyfriend's place. I'm going to take you along as I repot some plants and definitely do some watering. I don't think we need to prune or cut anything, but yeah, let's go repot some plants. Okay, we're outside, and sorry for the noise. If it gets too noisy, I will just voice record over it. It got so noisy. This one's actually my variegated Epipremnum pinnatum. I'm selling this one, so that's why I have it here. I might as well go ahead and pot this up. Next up is this Aloe and we're going to repot her and her babies. So as you can see, we have all of these babies, and please excuse my nails. My sister painted them, and well, my sister 7. We were having a sister day, okay? Anyways, we have all those babies, so we're going to go ahead and pot those up, and we're going to pot those up in this glass container. It's going to look really cool. So that's number 1 besides the epipremnum, and then we are going to pot these 2 snake plants up together. So I am really excited to make that look like a full plant. After that, we are going to pot up this ZZ plant that I actually gave my boyfriend and give her some more space to grow, although she is already growing that baby. Did you see? It's so cute. And this is just me basically explaining. If it gets noisy, I will be doing a voice recording, which it got noisy. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of this coco coir. I did have a little bit with me. It's a coco coir and perlite, and I'm going to mix that with the organic potting soil that we have on hand just to make sure it stays a little bit more moist. So on to that point, this is a water propagation, by the way, so when you are going from water to soil, you do want to make sure for the first few days that your plant doesn't completely dry out. Now, this is because the plant roots are used to being in constant water. Now it's no longer in constant water, so if you don't keep it moist for the first few days, allowing it to acclimate, then what ends up happening is you're like shocking the plant, and it may not survive the transfer to soil. So just to be, just be mindful of that whenever you are going from water to soil. Just a little tip there. But yeah, I go ahead and pat that up just to make sure there's no air pockets. That's the reason why I go ahead pat that up. All right, she is done. She is looking nice and ready to go. On to the next planty. So this again is my boyfriend's ZZ plant that I gave him. I've given him a lot of these plants. Anyways, we are basically taking this soil out. However, this soil is actually the soil that I made for this specific plant because ZZ plants do like a chunky soil. However, I think I have made it a little too chunky because he was also a little bit underwatering the plant, so I had to clean it up a bit here. But this is how we learn. Anyways, this is the pot that I'm going to be using for this ZZ plant. It gives it more room. Oh, I also wanted to point out that this pot does not have a drainage hole. So when we water the plants, I'm gonna show you how I water plants with no drainage holes. Just another little tip there for y'all. Oh my gosh, this looks so janky. I am using a CVS bag. But you know what? We gotta use what we have on hand. The point is to put this plant in a happier place so it can grow and thrive and do its thing, and who cares what we're using. And this is another thing I wanted to point out is we can sometimes overcomplicate what we use for our plant mediums such as soil, leca, but if you're going to use soil, let me just tell you. Ooh, wait, but before I do, look at this potato of a root. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, if you just have some dirt, the plant is going to be fine. I mean, yes, amenities are recommended, but my point is, I just want people to know that you can still have plants with just you and dirt. This is how they grow in the wild. Now, I'm not saying that all plants are going to be like this, but something like a ZZ, something like a snake plant, something like a golden pothos, or whatever epipremnum you decide to choose, you can have it. If you just have some dirt from outside and you want to plant yourself, plant yourself a plant. Okay? I just wanted to tell people that. Anyways, here I am just cleaning up the roots a bit. Some of the roots were super dry, and if I were to repot the roots that dry, it would cause root rotting issues, and we don't want that. Avoid root rot at all costs. It is super annoying to fix. So yeah, anyways, but yeah, I'm just removing everything that's dead, everything that's too dry, that won't be able to soak up any more water. So then that way we can repot the plant and she will be fresh and good to go. But yeah, that's what we're doing here. So enjoy. Here I just wanted to point out that there's still new growth although it was underwatered, and this is just a testimony to how tough these ZZs are. So always recommend a ZZ to a beginner. And here I just wanted to show you how dry that tip was. So if you see anything like that on your roots, that is because it is so dry that it's not going to be able to retain any more water. So that's what that is. Yep, look how dry that is. We are removing that part though, okay? Alrighty, she is done, and next up is going to be this Alogasteria. We are going to repot the mama plant and take all of her babies and pot them in their own little container. So yeah. Alright, so most of these babies already have a little bit of root with them, so that's going to give them a good start when we repot them into their new pot. But if by chance you find any that don't, you can just go ahead and let that callus maybe for a few days because these are really, really small, and then go ahead and pot it up. But yeah, as I'm showing here, there's most of the babies already have roots, and man, let me tell you, there are so many babies. These allogasterias, they grow so quickly. It's insane. I mean, this is the second time that we've actually taken babies off of this particular aloe. And also, I have this same aloe at my house as well. I actually had two, and I gave one to my boyfriend and I kept one for myself. Also, I'm thinking of putting it in this pot instead. So, yeah, the root system was perfect enough, and honestly, since he was kind of underwatering anyways, I think he would be better off in a ceramic pot because that way it holds the moisture in for longer. So that will help him since he is an underwater. But yeah, but anyways, we have so many of these. It's insane. They just grow so quickly, and it's a good one. I gave some of these away for Earth Day as well, and that was nice. Just because it made someone happy. I know that's super cheesy, but I'm cheesy a little bit. Whatever. Alrighty, next up we are going to fill up this glass container because this is where we are going to put the babies in. Now, once this is filled, I am actually just going to make little holes just like that and plop the babies in there with their roots. And yep, we're just going to keep on doing that for all of them until they're all full and nice and happy in their own new home. Alrighty, and there we go. If you want to go ahead and pat the sides, excuse me, what that's going to do is just help with any air pockets that may be in there. But it's up to you. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But yeah, anyways, these are all ready to go. Try not to knock over your propagations when you did this, like myself. I was, I guess, not too gentle. Oh well. Next up, I'm just removing the actual plant from this planter. I'll be removing both of them. Now, originally I thought it would be okay to reuse the soil, and normally I don't do that, but I basically proved myself right because as I was looking through it, I mean, some of the roots came off, so you don't want those leftover roots in your soil, which is exactly why I don't usually reuse it anyways. But yeah, just a side note, I thought, okay, maybe I'll save some soil here and reuse it. Well, no, ma'am, we don't do that. And I ended up not doing that, so just so y'all know. So when removing the soil, I actually start by the sides, and then since this is a plastic, I'm just going to squish it so it can just come out. No damage to the actual root system itself. So now I'm just going to put the soil in to go ahead and make sure we have a good base. And once we have a good base, we are going to plop them in there and then just top it off. Alright, that one is nice and done. And now we're just gonna go to the sink and water. Right, we're back in the sink. I have my fishy water from the aquarium in a Whataburger, a Whataburger cup. But I just went in the Whataburger cup, grabbed the water, and now here we are. So anyways, let's go ahead and start watering. Hello, Zena.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Now, since these don't have any drainage holes, I water these a little bit differently. So I still saturate it with water, and I'll still go and go and go. After the water sits there for a while, I'm going to empty it out from the top. So yeah, Now I'm gonna let that one sit. And this one doesn't have any drainage holes, so I'm going to actually drain it. And you see, this one was really thirsty, so not a lot of water came out. But yeah, I like to do this because that way the water is not sitting there and it doesn't cause root rot. Actually, this one we can put away. Now this is, you see how, this is actually a perfect example. I let the water sit in there for a while so that way all these like pockets can completely be saturated before I flip it over and empty out the excess water. So yeah, it's doing a really good job. Since these are just like propagations, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. It doesn't need to be like super watered. Alright y'all, that is it for this video. I really do hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please like it, or if you didn't, leave a comment below letting me know what you would like to see instead. I really do appreciate it, and let me just tell you, I've been seeing you guys and you know, commenting, and I just want to say thank you, because literally just seeing everything and seeing the channel grow just makes my heart flutter, and I am just so thankful for you guys. I just wanted to point that out. I'm really thankful. Thank you. So I will see you next Friday, but don't forget, have a wonderful planty day. Bye.